up, gigglers?
Gary, fix the wife. We can't be managed. I mean, the day just got away from me.
What's up, my belly laughers? It's giggle time.
Do you want to know something? I don't like the word belly.
You know what? I just realized I hate the word belly, and I hate that I said it.
And I've hated it since I was little. Like, whenever kids in middle school or whatever would be like, I have a belly ache. I'd be like, ew, you have a stomach ache.
Grow up.
Like, shut up.
But also the word stomach, so hard to spell. Like,
So hard.
So hard.
Wait, people don't talk about it enough.
Yeah, people don't talk about it.
That and tongue. I can never spell tongue.
Yeah, and
tongue comes up a lot more in text messages than you would think.
You're a hoe. Because, yeah, this is really ruined when you up the word tongue.
Dude, nothing ruins us more than like a misplaced word.
A grammatical error.
A grammatical error. You're like, I just killed the entire mood. And then you have to
When
send
he
like
uses
the
the wrong
asterisk
your,
with the word.
you're like,
oh. You're like, you're going to do what with my what? That's not the right word.
That's why, guys, voice notes. Voice notes all day.
Wow.
Have you done voice note texting?
No, I have not.
What?
I have not. Yeah, no.
It's so much hotter when you could hear the voice and you don't have to immediately respond. You could think of what you're going to say. You should just send a random one tonight.
Yeah, I think I might just go rogue and send a random voice notes and see what anyone does.
Just like do heavy breathing. And then if he's like not into it, be like, oh my God, I'm kidnapped. I was telling you I need help.
Oh my God, that must have been like a butt voice note. So sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Anyway, I think we have a lot to get through today.
We do.
I want to start off with discussing our looks for the reunion. Thank you for everyone who sent me messages.
Did you just have a stroke?
God damn it. Thank you for everyone who sent me messages to give me a little wellness check. You know, we're okay. We're okay here. We're learning. We're growing. What was your look page and why?
Okay, so my look got mixed reviews. And for the people who didn't like it, dead to me.
I love how you're not like, that's your opinion. You go, you don't know
about anything.
You clearly don't understand fashion and someone hurt you in a past life.
I will say this. It's very hard to pick out outfits for TV because things look so different on TV than they do in person. Like, my dress looked a lot lighter on camera than it was. Like, I feel like it was like more pinky in camera. Or I mean, in real life.
Yeah.
But I wanted a dress that was, you know, like a little bit formal, but like classic. And like, I love a big bow or like a big sleeve or like something that's like out there.
Well, it's like we're not going to the club. Like, we're not trying to be silly. We're trying to have like kind of a little bit of a moment, but not too much of a moment. It's a hard decision because everyone's judging you too. Like, they literally, I've never felt like Us Weekly where it's like, who wore it worse? And you're just like, oh God.
I never did beauty pageants as a child, but they would have me up. Like, I felt like it was like a beauty pageant. And I didn't want to go like super simple. Like, I feel like I'm a lot more like, I love fashion a lot more than like other people. Safer. Yeah, I could have gone safer, but like, then like, what do I stand for? I want a conversation piece.
What's your purpose in life if you play it safe?
Right. If I was just wearing like a plain dress.
So where did you get your dress and what was the like inspiration?
My inspiration originally was Ariana Grande because she's been doing like a very 60s vibe. Yes. And I was like, I want something like that. And then I saw this dress on Saks and it was expensive, but I was like, let's do it. And then I saw that Ariana wore that exact dress in one of her music videos. And I was like, oh my God. But I couldn't copy like her full look with like the hair, but I feel like I should have, but whatever. So yeah, so it was like Ariana Grande. I got it at Saks. It was Alexia Maria was the thing. Okay. And then the shoes, I forget what the name of them were, but it took me years to find them. They're like it was like a clear pink shoe. And then I just did like diamonds from Nicole Rose Jewelry.
I like the shoe that because it has like that cross thing. Yeah, I feel like cross is very in right now.
And I felt like a pump made it too serious. And I didn't really want people to be focusing on the shoes, but I wanted it to be monochromatic. I wanted it to go.
Also, you had your curtain bang debut.
I did have my curtain bang debut. I didn't love how they turned out. I feel like my hair could have been better, but it's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. You live and you learn.
Yeah.
Hannah, I want to say something about your look. I was on a podcast recently with Darren, and I was talking about it, and I was like, they were like, Hannah looked amazing. And I was like, no, Hannah looked stunning.
Oh my God, stop.
Like when I saw her in person, I was like, this is the best you've ever looked. And I was like, and I kept complimenting her. And then I started to feel like I was insulting you, where I was like, no, you've never looked better. And you're like, okay, so how trash?
When you started saying that at some point, I was like, how many times has she told me I look good and I didn't? And then I was like, is it that good? Or have I just been a literal swamp monster my whole life? Like you were acting like I just like came out a different person. I'm like, yeah, I brushed my hair today, but like, calm down.
No, you looked so good. I loved the color on you. I loved your mom's earrings. I just thought it was great.
I have to give kudos to Ari's Closet, Ariel.Haller-Silverstone on Instagram. So she has this vintage shop in Southampton, and she just like, she gives me stuff to wear on chat room and stuff, and I return it. But this look, it was from Rotate, the dress, but it was like, I love shoulders. I love wearing shoulders.
I do too.
I feel like it's empowering. And the dress was very different, but I felt like it was light, it was summery. And then I went for a lilac eye, which I rarely do.
But I loved.
Thank
you.
you.
It was very summery.
Thank you. And then my mom's vintage earrings were fun. Like, you want it to be you, but like a little extra, I feel like.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's so true. Like, I feel like my dress was so me, just
It was
a little
like
extra.
we threw
like
up on ourselves.
Yeah. Like, I'm not wearing that dress again or like going to a cocktail party.
But thank you for the feedback, because I've not been allowed to be on Instagram the last 2 weeks for my mental health, so I didn't even know how people felt about my outfit, and people, especially people who don't know me. So having you give me positive feedback about how ugly you thought I was before, it makes me happy.
Thank you.
Moving on. Speaking of clothes, I have to talk to you about Zara.
Okay.
So I went to Zara for the first time in a year, and I went to the Soho location.
Oh, a great one. A classic Zara.
It was incredible, and I was like, I was kind of like pretending I was you, and I was like, what would Paige do? WWPD. The crops are very in.
Yeah.
But what I'm seeing, Zara is not doing crops. Zara's doing bras. What happened to a crop that was up to your belly button? Like, Paige, every single one is a bra. Like,
Zara's doing bras.
I am a size like 6'8", and I feel uncomfortable with that. So like, what are they doing?
Here's how you can like deal with that. You just have to get like a higher pant.
Waist.
Like your pants should like go above your belly button if you're gonna do like a bra top like that. Also, like 60s and like 70s is really in. So like all those like scarf tops that are like bras are really in. I know it's like annoying. It's kind of like,
because like you're on birth control now, and your boobs got a little bigger, and you were falling out of your Zara top.
What? When was I?
Do you remember at when we
at Chicks in the
podcast?
Office? I was like, sorry, my boobs are just
like
spilling out on the table.
Like, if you have boobs, it's hard to wear those little crops.
I get it. I don't get it, but like the day I felt like I had big boobs, I was like, oh, pardon, did I knock you in the face? Everyone was like,
they're like
no.
hitting your chin. You're like, oh my God, I'm sorry. They need
I'm
attention.
still an A cup. Let's not get it twisted. But
also, Zara's doing like no fitting room, so everyone's just like grabbing all the clothes, and we're sitting.
Before Zara was doing no fitting rooms, I would notoriously get screamed at in Zara because like I hate fitting rooms.
Yeah.
I absolutely hate them. And so I would just throw things on in the store.
Yep.
Like I'd put it on over my clothes because growing up, my mom would just be like, just throw it on. Let's see what it looks like. Like we're not waiting in this line.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, you can't do that. And I'd be like, what? What are you guys going to do about it? You don't even want to work here. You don't care. Act like you didn't
don't
see
know
it.
this, but I'm your top influencer.
Yeah.
So go fuck
like
yourself.
I know you guys don't have influencer relations. I keep you guys alive. I keep a paycheck in your bank
throwing on
account.
a blazer, like,
oh, get over it.
get over yourself. The line was insane, but I was able to bond with this guy in front of me. I was like, this is wild, right? And it's just, it was like, you know,
it's overwhelming.
Do you know Trader Joe's? How like when you walk in, the line's so crazy, you just get in line and then shop through the line.
Yeah.
That's what I did at Zara.
Really?
It was so
you're saying
bad.
like the checkout line was so long?
The checkout line was so long that I stood there and then shopped as I went. question, when you're in line at Zara and you've been waiting like 30 minutes and it's very competitive, a lot of tension, people are leaving the line, it's like getting really scary. Very scary. You're sweating. And you see something.
That happens every time.
That you need to look at. But it's like you have to physically get out of line to do it. Do you have the balls to ask the person to save your spot?
1,000%. No, you have to. I hate talking on the phone. I hate ordering something. I hate interacting with humans. It's the only place I have no shame. I turn around and I say, I have to go look at that. I'm going to be right back. Can you save my spot?
This is when you have to have like, always like, the trust in New Yorkers.
I saw a quote like a couple weeks ago, and I don't know why I can't get it out of my head.
Are you about to do an inspirational quote about Zara?
Not at all. About New York. And it was like, this is how LA people and New York people are different. LA people are really nice, but actual monsters. New York people are mean, monsters. But kind-hearted. Like if you say something, a New Yorker's gonna be like, phew. But deep down, like they're a nice person. They're just agitated.
We're all in the weeds in New York. So when you're like, oh, I need to try that on, people are like, we get it. I was trying to do this, like, keep my foot in line, but like stretch. Like I did this weird stretch thing where I'm like, I'm in line. And I was like trying to look at everything. And I grabbed one, but it was like extra small and it didn't fit me. So I waited to get to the checkout. And then while they were going through all my clothes, because I had a ton, I was shopping. Like I was like, oh, I have to put something back. And I was literally going through all the things I saw in line that I couldn't pick.
Remember when you were little and the anxiety of being at the grocery store and your mom being like, oh, I forgot the butter. Stay here. No. And then you're next and you're just like, and you're putting things on, like the moving thing, and then it's time to pay and you're like,
we forgot milk. We're up next. Get the milk. And then suddenly you never saw milk in your life and you don't know what milk is and you're just like,
the anxiety of that.
Wait, have you ever gotten lost in the supermarket and they had to be like, Paige is at the front. Can her mom come pick her up?
No, that's one, but it's always been my worst nightmare. That I'm just like,
though, where like no one knows. Like you probably would walk into like your mom's friend who she was ignoring, and she's like, okay.
Yeah, would love that story. One of my favorite Kim stories.
Also, speaking of New Yorkers that no one talks about enough is like when you're at a coffee shop with your laptop and like you're eating and your food, and someone next to you with their laptop and their food and stuff is like, hey, I have to go to the bathroom. Can you watch this? What would you do if someone straight up came and took their laptop? Like, do they want me to fight that person?
I've never been asked that. Also,
I can ask that.
That seems like a hidden camera show. I'd be like, now I'm my best friends with this person that I have to defend them. I've been in airports before. Where we're like sitting waiting for the gate and someone's like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, can you watch this? Here's the thing, if it's a girl, and you can suss out this girl and she's like, I'm running in the back, I'd be like, yeah, for sure. But like if it's a guy, I'm like, okay. But if someone comes and takes it, I'm not liable. Like, I say okay.
Like I can barely defend myself. How am I going to defend your laptop? Like if a dude came, grabbed his laptop and ran out, like what if they came back and they're like, are you kidding me? I told you to watch it. I'd be like, I didn't sign up for this role. I was trying to answer an email.
I would leave after the person that stole the laptop left. I'd be like, you know what? Peace out.
Like, I can't deal with it. Please just steal me.
Just end it for me.
Oh, we love New York. New York is back and buzzing. Love New York. You wrote something in our notes about Dominique.
Oh my God. Okay, so my friend Dominique, she came over to my apartment because like she hasn't seen my new apartment. I haven't seen her in a while. We sat on the couch. When I tell you we got blacked out drunk, like on a Thursday night, we had like 3 bottles of wine and we laid on the couch and just talked about our feelings.
Oh, shit.
All we talked about were our feelings. And there was one thing that she said, and I was like, I gotta talk about this on the podcast. And I wrote it down, and I even wrote Dominique Convo. And we were talking about like having sex with like guys, whatever. And we were saying how if you're having sex with a guy and he says like, I want to get you pregnant. Has anyone ever said that to you while you're having sex? It's a different kind of love that no one talks about. Like, you guys aren't serious. Like, no one's serious, like, having the conversation, like, let's have a baby right now. Mm-hmm. But in the heat of the moment, Have you ever had a guy be like, I want to get you pregnant?
No. No. I have guys be like, I really hope you're not pregnant after that, and I'm so sorry. And I'm like, give me $50.
Okay, I like forgot this was a thing. And she had like brought it up talking about, I forget what we were even like, who we were even talking about, whatever. And I was like, oh my God, yeah, I have had guys say that to me. But like, so in the past, it was like 2 separate boyfriends have said it to me before. And I was like, that it hits different. Like that love hits different. Well, now I'm
questioning, why has a guy never said that to me?
So you don't want to get me pregnant?
Because my kids would be very athletic and
very
actually
athletic.
Pretty annoying. My kids are gonna be so loud and annoying, and like
they're gonna talk a lot.
My thing that I love is when a guy said like, I want to be with my soul.
That's intense.
Like that hit me differently. Because you know, like the worst thing is when someone's having sex with you and you're like, what are they thinking about?
Or like you're just like, I don't want to be here.
But like, it's funny because most guys, what they're thinking about during sex is like the grossest non-attractive thing. Like they're envisioning they're envisioning like their grandma or like a lamp or like a dog pooping. Like they just don't want to come. We're trying to come, and guys are trying not to come.
Not to. So interesting. So interesting. And like, you know, like as a girl, you get to the point where you're just like, it's not happening for me.
Yeah.
Let's get it going, you know, and you just start pulling out all the stops of like things that you know like are just gonna wrap this up. You're like, I have a schedule.
Like people talk about faking orgasms. What about just faking like extreme enjoyment?
Extreme enjoyment. The things I say when I'm done and want to get out of there. Like, and he's like, oh my God. Yeah.
And no, but like, also like, in how many different ways can you tell him his penis is big?
Right.
Like first, like it's so big, it's huge, it's so deep, it's throbbing, and then you're like, okay, I ran out of adjectives. I'm sorry.
And there's part of you that's like, we both know I'm lying. I know I'm lying. You know I'm lying. Let's go. Like, my TV show starts at 10 p.m. I've been waiting to watch it all week. Like, I gotta go.
You're so right. There's a point where it's not like you don't like the sex, but where you're just like, yeah, I'm checked out.
It's done now. I'm checked out.
This was fun.
Thank you.
And now
you were great.
And then what's so hard is they're trying not to come when you're like praying that they come. Sometimes you just have to be like, I want you to come.
Yeah. And I feel like boyfriend, like once you have a boyfriend and like you're consistently, it's like the same moves over and over. I feel like your boyfriends then start to know like, oh, you want to wrap this up because you only do this when you're done. And you're just like, what? What are you talking about? So true. People don't talk about it enough. The last like minute, you're like, let's go.
and they're trying to switch positions to stay, or like, what's it called when guys like purposely slow down to like make their orgasm better?
I have no idea.
It's called like a word
for
they're
that?
Like saving it up. I don't know, but like you guys don't have to do that. That's all I have to say about that. We have a mental health moment coming on. I was talking to someone who was smarter than me, and they were like, you realize like social media and like that attention stuff is a drug.
Yeah.
And I was like, explain more. And they were like, you love all the positive attention. Like you love looking on and people being like, no, Hannah, yay, we like this, we like that, we like you. And they're like, and then it goes bad. You know, like then things get dark. But you still chase it for that original high when people were like happy.
Yeah. I could get 10 messages of like, you're so pretty and all this, and I'm like, I don't care. And then like you get like one
person's like, your front tooth is weird, and you're like, what?
Yeah, and you're like, what? Yeah, it's like a dopamine. I don't know, it's weird. I don't like it. I don't like the way it makes me feel.
So I've been off Instagram for solidly a week, and it's been really great. However, because I started getting some positivity, I started like tweaking again. I was like, oh, I want it. Oh, yeah, I want that. And then I was like, no, you have to like stop. Like it's such a drug, and it's just so crazy how many things you get addicted to. But like it's a dopamine hit, but that you like really hurt your own feelings a lot of the time. Like
you hurt your own feelings. I watched the Demi Lovato doc. Yeah.
Do tell.
Just like Crazy Town, USA.
Why do you think she put out the documentary?
I think she wanted people to know, like, how I feel like
how
people
close she was to death.
Yeah, like I feel like people see celebrities and they're like, oh, they're a drug addict because they have so much money and they have nothing else to do. Yep. Like, so yeah, they're going to get up and they're going to party. And it was so much deeper than that. I mean, so much deeper.
The Britney Spears documentary, like, really shook a lot of people and then everyone forgot about it.
Yeah.
Like, the same media outlets who were like, this is so horrible, are like continually shitting on females.
And now, and Britney Spears is also going to like talk in court. And her dad like wrote in something that when he first was trying to get her conservatorship, that she had dementia and then just like wanted control over everything. And then he got it. Oh, I'd seen a TikTok and I'd never related to it more. Oh, I also want to give an update on my chlorophyll thing. I saw a TikTok and it was like, the last thing I want is a relationship. Oh my God. Absolutely not. Do I want a boyfriend? But I get obsessed with people who don't want to date me because I just want everyone to be in love with me. But I don't want them. But I don't like that you're not in love with me. And I watched it and I was like, am I the most toxic person on the planet? Because that's all I feel. I'm like, I don't want to date you, but the fact that you don't want to date me, now I can't. Like, I'm so mad.
Because you have to find that love within yourself, not external. Spoken by a person
Hannah.
who can't do that herself.
Spoken by someone who can't even go on Instagram.
I'm literally like, go to my phone and Des like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm literally becoming a drug addict. I'm like, nothing. I like go in the bathroom and I'm like, So overall, do you think people should watch the Demi documentary? Do you think it was insightful? Do you think people like learned more about her? I know people.
Yeah, I thought it was good. It was just, I mean, it was so crazy to think. It was really sad because it was like, wow, you have like everything anyone would ever want. And like, there are people who are so struggling with addiction and they would kill to have like a team that she has. And it was just so sad that she still just like can't get out of it. Like,
yeah, and she had that interesting perspective where she was like, I'm California sober, where she says she smokes weed and drinks, but doesn't do the hard drugs.
It was interesting because they had different people on like talking about that.
Their
and
opinion
people were like,
it.
yeah, and they were just like, you know, you can't, everyone's different, everyone's whatever. And Elton John was on, he was like, it doesn't work. I love Demi, it doesn't work. Yeah. And my initial feeling was that too. Like, if you're a drug addict, I mean, yeah, maybe like, I mean, I guess some people get addicted to like pills and whatever, and drinking was never a problem, so they can drink. But I don't know. But
moral of this pod that we've getting into is you can get addicted to anything that is giving you that like high. But
100%.
It's true. Like, people who go into entertainment obviously like have a dark hole in their heart that they want to fill from external validation high. So when you get very famous and you get like a ton of people who hate your success, it eats at you. And like, I started to see fame so different, especially this last year, like where I'll see Justin Bieber and I just like feel sad for him. And I used to be like so envious of him, just that like he was incredible. But then I realized like he grew up, and during his time where like he made some mistakes as a teenager, the internet just like shat on him.
And she was saying that too, like how it's so lonely. Like, and I was thinking about like J-Lo and A-Rod, because we're basically doing front page news, but whatever. Like, and how she's been seen out with like Ben Affleck, and like if they're like back together, whatever. And my first initial thought when I saw that article was like, oh my God, I love them. I want to know everything that's going on. But then I was like, wow, she's going through a breakup. She's doing what like normal ass girls do, where like some ex might reach out and be like, it was always supposed to be you. And she's like exploring it or like doing whatever. And it's like, you don't even want to tell your best friend when you do that. Like, the amount of times I've had an ex like come over to my apartment and like no one's ever known, but you have to have like that weird conversation, or you want to just like kick it with them one more time.
You just want to be around a guy who like loved you.
Yeah, and the whole world knows like that she's doing it, and I was just like, that's so crazy. Like, the amount of sneaky rendezvous like, I've had.
You're rich, like they're rich, and it's like money is. Especially when you have a lot of it, it starts being meaningless to you.
Right.
And then you're left with like Selena Gomez is another example where like she doesn't see the positives right now. Like she just.
Oh, also, did you see like in her song, it was like, you replaced me in 2 months, and people were freaking out about it, that like they broke up and he started dating Haley 2 months later.
Yeah.
I think it's
hard
lot.
also when it's public, because he wanted to, like, image wise, he wanted to show like he could, like him getting married, he wanted to show like, I'm done with all and I'm a reformed person. Like men love
I think
that,
it
like,
got like, I
reformed.
think fame got way too much for him, and he
wants to,
I think whoever he had like in his like camp or on his team, whatever, I think they did a really good job, because he could have become a real like serious drug addict, and I think he turned it around.
If you watch his documentary with Haley, he talks about how like the highs of performing and whatever stuff he was using were so high that now like normal life he like can't feel joy.
Which is terrifyingly sad.
The scariest thing I've ever heard in my life.
We were talking about it, Hannah, remember? And we were like, there's something up with him and Haley, and we don't know what it is yet, but like something's weird there.
Oh yeah, I texted Paige a full conspiracy theory about them.
I think there's something
but
that
you didn't respond. You didn't respond because it was a very hot take.
Did I not respond?
I don't think you did.
I'm really sorry, but I read it and I saw it.
Do you agree?
Like, yeah, I do. I think I've watched like their YouTube clips before, and you know when you see a couple and you're like, nothing happened, they're not fighting, you get a weird energy from a couple. Yeah. I get a weird energy from them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I think let's just call it here. What's the date? It is May 1st, 2021. At some point, something crazy I think it's going to come out about their relationship. Hannah and I are calling it.
And we want to make it clear, we're not manifesting it. We're rooting for them.
We're not manifesting.
We're not manifesting it.
No, this is an energy I feel. We hope it's not true, but this is an energy that we feel. And I don't know.
But
okay,
also,
wait. The holiday season can be stressful, but not with Nordstrom. They have a gift for everyone on your list, including yourself. Discover the best gifts and party dresses for festivities this holiday season. Get festive fashion advice from Nordstrom experts for free in stores, online, and the Nordstrom app. They have gifts for everyone. Stocking stuffers, gifts under $100, gift cards. Give whoever is on your list the perfect gift. The gift of choice. Gift cards let them explore Nordstrom on their own time. Explore more at Nordstrom in stores or online at Nordstrom.com or download the Nordstrom app. If you're looking for stocking stuffers or the perfect set, then Way has something for everyone during Cyber Week sale. It's their biggest sale of the year, and you'll save 20% off site-wide from November 26th to December 2nd. I have pretty much every Way product there is, and I love all of them. Some of my favorites are their detox shampoo and their leave-in conditioner. I do a lot of things to my hair, so I always have a lot of product, a lot of damage. So the detox shampoo cleanses product buildup, hard water deposits, dirt, oil, other impurities, and it's safe for all hair types, including color-treated hair. And then their leave-in conditioner really helps hydrate and fight frizz for every hair type. And I definitely love a leave-in conditioner, especially if I'm doing a slick back bun. And if you're buying for someone else, whether your person has fine, medium, or thick hair or multiple hair concerns, Way's got you. There's so many ways to save this holiday. Thanks to the Cyber Week sale at Way from November 26th to December 2nd, go to THEOUAI.com for 20% off site-wide from November 26th to December 2nd. When you enter promo code Giggly, that's THEOUAI.com for 20% off with promo code Giggly. I'm always trying to get healthier, and whether it's your New Year's resolution or randomly during the year, you're like, this is the day I start to get healthier. Why don't you give Symbiotica a try next time? They're the only thing that I can always count on to consistently keep my health in check. They have these easy-to-take liposomal packets that make your supplements easy and quick to take. I genuinely trust Symbiotica with their ingredients, and there's so many supplements that contain harmful additives, but Symbiotica's products are made clean and with intention. They don't contain seed oils or preservatives. My favorite is the magnesium. It helps with focus and sleep regulation. I also obviously love their liposomal vitamin C. I take those all the time, especially when I'm on planes. They're always in my carry-on bag. You guys have to get your hands on these products while their Black Friday sale is happening right now. Head over to Symbiotica.com for 25% off. That's Symbiotica.com for 25% off. And do something for your health today. Listen up, because I have the perfect gift for people when you don't know what to get them. I have gifted Aura frames so many times. I gifted them to Craig's parents last year. It was the perfect gift, and I was literally racking my brain because I just could not come up with any ideas for a good gift. Aura frames are seamless and easy to use. You add photos with an app with unlimited storage. It's so easy for your older relatives and easy to set up for them. You can take your favorite holiday photo that you would share with your loved ones and the story behind it and just upload it to Aura, and then it will always play when their Aura is on. It helps you interact with your family and friends. And if you have any family members that are bad at technology, Aura is the perfect thing for them. And it's so easy to set up. It's so easy to add pictures. And it really is such a fun conversation starter. For a limited time, visit auraframes.com and get $45 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames by using promo code Giggly at checkout. That's AURA frames.com. Promo code Giggly. This exclusive Black Friday Cyber Monday deal is the best of the year, so don't miss out. Terms and conditions apply.
How did you actually sleep last night? If it didn't feel like your very best rest, then you need to upgrade to the softest, most luxurious bedding from Bowl and Branch. Their signature sheets are made from the finest 100% organic cotton and get softer with every wash. Millions of sleepers love their sheets, and right now, you can feel the difference for yourself during their biggest sales of the entire year. Hurry to bowlandbranch.com to shop their best offers. Limited time only. Exclusions apply. See site for details.
No go.
Oh, I was just going to say, last thing about them is, like, dating Justin Bieber is not easy. You're dating a guy who's not dealing with normal world stuff, and it's very difficult. So kudos to Haley.
Yeah. And this, like, ties into, I've been watching this show because Alex Cooper, like, had it on her Instagram, and I've been, like, I don't know, I've been home a lot lately, and I'm like, I need a binge.
Yeah.
So I started watching, it's on Showtime, Couples Therapy.
Tell me about it. Because I thought it might be, like, too upsetting to watch. Like, I don't want to watch relationships that are falling apart.
It's crazy that to be able, I think this is like, I don't know why this is the way that it is. I can look at a friend's relationship. I can look at, like, anyone's relationship and be like, and they can say what's wrong in it. And you can pinpoint, like, well, you should leave. That's crazy. Or like, this is this, or this is that, whatever. But for some reason, you can never do it in your own. Mm-hmm. So it's basically set up like documentary style, and there's like 3 different couples, and they go in, and the therapist is amazing, and you're just watching them talk about their relationship and what they want and what's wrong with it. And it's crazy how there's certain things that you're like, wow, I do that, and oh my God, that is like that I've done before. It's just so eye-opening, and I feel like I'm in therapy when I'm watching it.
So
and
it's
I'm like,
really
wow, I'm
informative.
Yes. Like the major takeaway that I took out of it, and I think I related it a lot back to like my relationship with Perry. When you have like a grievance with your partner or something, in your brain, you have an extreme version of what your relationship is. He has an extreme version of what the relationship
that's biased to each other.
Neither are right.
Yeah.
Neither are right. And so she gets to like what's actually going on. Yep. I mean, there's one couple in the first season that the guy is just a total, and the girl's in like a fully mentally abusive relationship, and she should actually get out. But you keep watching them because the therapist gets down to the root of like, why is he like that? And why does he think
he would
that?
ever agree to do a show?
Because he thinks
unaware,
he's right. So unaware that he's like put all of these feelings to his subconscious that he thinks he doesn't even have them, and he thinks that nothing in his childhood affected him. It's also crazy to me. And like, this is one of like the world wonders I'll never understand. That your childhood is such a small part of your life and shapes who you are for the rest of your life.
Yep.
Like there's things in your childhood you don't even remember, like from age like 5 to 15. I don't remember half, but it's why I am the way I am right now at 28.
I heard the first 7 years literally writes the story of your life.
That's terrifying. Is it not?
Yeah, it's so terrifying, but it's also why, like, I highly encourage people to go to therapy because, like, you don't know your subconscious. You don't know why you're reactive to certain things. When, like, first you find out the why, so you feel less crazy. It's like anxiety. Like, you can't say, I don't want anxiety, but when you start getting it, you could easily be like, okay, this is anxiety. I don't have to attach to it. You could be like, oh, this is my trigger from, like, this thing that happened to me. I mean, a lot of millennials, especially New Yorkers, like, we're all up from 9/11.
Yeah.
Like, that's scary to, like, when I was 10.
Wow, you don't even,
My first experience of the world was being like, hey, all your friends' parents could die. Like, sorry to get dark, but, like, that's what it was like being in New York City.
Wow, that's so interesting. Yeah, I didn't
so
even
you're
think
just
of
at every
that.
moment are like, wait, the world is a really scary place. Where then people growing up in, like, the 90s or, like, who were, like, 10 in the 90s when was, like, really happy, had, like, a different outlook maybe.
It's also crazy as you get older, like, and I'll talk about this stuff with my mom and, like, or, like, people that I'm like, oh, they had, like, a horrible childhood and I feel so bad. And she'll always be like, that's why it's so important when you pick your husband. She was like, your marriage, of course, is really important, but, like, you have to make sure this guy, no matter what happens with you two, is going to be a good dad. He doesn't your kids up. And like now at 28, when I'm like talking to random guys or like going on dates, whatever, it is in my head and it freaks me out. And I'm like, you and I would probably get divorced, but you would make a sick dad. Like you'd be great at it.
But then there's some people who like they're really hot and you like have amazing chemistry, but it's like you might fight when it comes to his parenting, like how he treats the kids or his decisions for it or how helpful he is. And
I've had
so
boyfriends.
Crazy.
I've had boyfriends before and we won't name names, but I've been like, I would never want my kids to call you dad and I would never want them to feel like I would know you would make them feel. And it's such a switch in your brain that's like, yep, and now we're breaking up. Like I've had that feeling and been like, I'm breaking up with you. I'm not alone.
And to everyone who's like in a relationship right now that they're like, I'm not sure. Like, do you know what it's like to hang out with the right person or like a good friend and the whole perspective of the world is different when you're with that person?
Yes.
Like that's literally what is in relationships. If you're in a dark place and you're with someone that you're like, literally. But that's why it's so important to be with the right person because they shape your perspective on life. They're the person you put all your thoughts to. They're the person who reacts to everything in your life. And it's important that you create a safe space for your mind and yourself. And if you're not in a good place with yourself, you won't be making the right decisions of who that person will be because you'll be desperate. Like if you're just like, oh, I just need someone, that's not going to be someone necessarily that is going to be a good person for you long term.
So true. It's so true. I used to be like that. Like, I need a boyfriend. And now I'm like, ugh.
Also, do you remember Summer House when we had like, they showed our one bonding, like Perry talk where I remember being like, you have to tell him.
Yeah.
And that's so couples therapy where it's like, he can't read your brain.
It's crazy because I watched that back and had such a different perspective on it than in the moment.
Yeah, you like weren't really listening to me.
Like in the moment, I wanted this conversation overdone. I didn't want to think about it. And then I rewatched it and I was like, oh my God, she was so right. Like I was so scared to just be like, dude, this isn't what I want. I'm not having fun.
You couldn't even go there with your brain. Like
no,
you were like,
I couldn't.
shut up.
My conscience like would not even let me get there
you felt
to
like
think
you'd
about
be a horrible person to tell someone that like you weren't happy.
This isn't what I wanted.
And that it was selfish of you.
Yes.
With the couples therapy, the show, are they married? Are they in long-term relationships? Like what's the deal?
It's all different. Like the first season, there were these this one woman and she was dating a transgender woman.
Oh, cool.
Then the next couple, they were married. And they were like, they're having a lot of issues. And then I think the third couple was married too. And then the second season, one was just dating, but they had a kid together. So it's like all different. Then there was two gay guys. They were just dating. It's all different. And like, but everyone has like the same, and it's just crazy. Like there's this one couple and I felt like it was like I was almost watching myself. I was like, you don't like him. You don't like him. Stop convincing yourself that you like him. And it was, I don't know, it's just such a good show. You guys have to watch it. And like give it a chance because it's like, it's not like a serious show where you have to like really pay attention, but like it's kind of eye-opening and just interesting.
I also have a theory in relationships. Like I'm not gonna name names, but there's this one guy who like grew up in Florida, and he met his girlfriend in college, and like she lives in California, and like in the very beginning they were like, she's like, I want to live in California, he's like, I want to live in Florida. And like they've been together forever, and it's like still their biggest problem.
I also have been like, I'm obsessed with like Courtney and Travis and like their love affair, and I'm so obsessed with MGK and Megan Fox. So I've been looking up a lot about like finding your twin flame. It's my new manifestation thing.
But Paige, they say your twin flame is not your soulmate.
Not always.
Is it because they are saying each other's twin flame? Travis is?
Like, no, not Travis and Courtney. They haven't said it, but like Megan Fox and MGK, they're like, we're twin flames. And like I've just been reading about what a twin flame is. Can you explain what a twin
flame is to the gigglers?
It's basically someone who like is part of your soul. Like it's a soul that splits into two people. So like they say when you meet your twin flame, there's this weird feeling of like having always known them or like feeling very comfortable, but it can get very volatile, which and like fiery, is the reason. Yeah, which is the reason most people don't end up long term with their twin flame. But if you do, and if you like make through whatever, you guys have the craziest passionate in love relationship. Like if for some reason you guys can make it work, but most of the time it can be volatile. I'm just obsessed with it. Like I'm obsessed with it. Me and Dominique text about it all the time. I'm like, no, I think I met my twin flame like years ago. she's like, you're crazy. No, I don't know. It's just like so interesting.
Paige,
to me.
I feel like Des is my twin flame.
Really?
Because he's a Scorpio and I'm a Leo. Yeah. Like is like intense, and we're so similar.
Wait, that's what we are.
I know. Because also I'm Scorpio rising.
Rising?
Yeah.
So like I'm Aquarius.
It's just a lot. But Leo goes well with Aquarius. I don't know. Basically, like I did the math and like
you ran the numbers. Yeah. Mathematically, you guys are.
But yeah, look up twin flame. I remember learning about it a couple years ago and being like scared of it. Being like, oh no, what if I fall in love with my twin flame and then it blows up because it's too good.
And there's also just a weird feeling of like I recently got to this point where it was just like, not that like I'm ready to like be married and like fall in love, but I feel more ready than I've ever felt. Like I was sitting on the couch by myself the other night, and it was like, this was last night. I don't know why I said the other night. Friday night, and all my friends were like going out, going to this dinner, going to like whatever, and I just like had no interest in going anywhere. And I was just like so content being home and like by myself, and I was like, you know, like when it happens, it's gonna happen. I can't wait, but like I can't like script
I don't mean to laugh at you.
That's a lie. Next time on things that are untrue.
This is why I love this podcast with you, because literally last week this was like, I just want someone who parties with me. I just want someone who has fun and partying. I just want to be single for the rest of my life. Like I literally want to be single for the rest of my life.
To change my mind.
One night, this decides she's too tired to go out, and she's like, I want a family. I want a family. I want to wait. I'm calling you out, but I also agree with you. Like that's like that's part of what your 20s.
But I do want someone who parties with me.
I want someone who parties with me, and we'll have my babies.
I want someone who's going to be a good dad. On Friday night wants to watch a documentary, and on Saturday night wants to absolutely rip it.
Yeah,
that's what I want.
Doesn't take a tequila shot like a little.
Yeah, I want him to look at me from across the bar and be like, drink the shot, you loser. And I'm like, okay.
But it's true, like being single comes with like, oh, it's so fun to be out, but then also like realizing like, oh, I'm kind of like liking who I am, and I feel like I deserve to be shared with someone else to like enjoy myself. Right. Like a relationship is a mirror, and if you're not happy with yourself, that means that when you are with someone, they're a mirror and you're not happy with what you see. But as you get comfortable with yourself, you want a mirror to be able to like experience you.
I think it was also like I moved into my apartment. Yeah. Oh my God, we have to talk about my organizational. Imagine it done. Guys, I can't. I have a love affair. I have a love affair with them. I will quit everything and just go work for them and like hang out with them. Like
and
I
by
loved
work,
it.
You mean watch?
Yeah, and by work I mean like I just want to kick it with the girls when they go to different projects and like look at people's clothes.
Well, that's the home edit. Have you watched the home edit on Netflix?
I haven't watched
you have to. They do Khloe Kardashian's like pantry. It's really good.
It's just so many things. And I wasn't going to do it at first because I was like, oh, I can just like organize my closet. It'll be a long process, but I'll just do it. No. There's so many things that they organized that I would have never even thought of. Like under my kitchen sink, like just making sure like all my cleaning products were in like a rotating thing. I was just like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever dealt with.
And you were worried at first. Like you were like, my mom's really neat. Like I could do this.
Yeah, I was like, my mom could just do this. It'll be fine. And then like they came in and they were here for 2 full days. And I was just like, you guys are all in my wedding.
So how's your mental health like related to it?
Hannah, it's so different. Like I had in my old apartment, I didn't just have a junk drawer. I had a junk cabinet.
Yeah.
Where I had like, you know, like important papers that you have to have, like your W-2s and like your tax returns, like stupid like that. I had pictures from like the last 5 years. I had wrapping paper, tissue paper, like
old fake eyelashes.
Yeah, like I just had my hair extensions. Like I just had like dumb,
just pennies. Like why are there pennies everywhere?
Literally, I have a bag of coins. A bag of coins. The girl pulled it out of the bag
She's
or
like,
out of the box.
$10,000 worth of quarters.
She was like, "What do you want to do with this?" And I was like, "I don't know. Like, give it to a homeless person. I don't know." But so there was this box in my apartment that said junk drawer, and the one girl, her name was Rachel, and I'm obsessed with her. She was like, can we go through this? And I was like, no, that's my junk drawer. Whatever, I'll deal with it. And she was like, we're going through it. Hannah, I don't have one thing in my apartment that has clutter. And you don't think about your junk drawer a lot that you know of. In your subconscious, when things are like messy and like accumulate, it does with you.
I think the state of your room is the state of your mind.
Yes.
It's coming from a very messy person.
And they say that like in your bedroom, you shouldn't do any like work stuff or anything, which is bad for us because we love to lay in bed and do that you really shouldn't, because it clutters your mind. And like when you go into your bedroom, you should get an automatic calm feeling of like, this is where I sleep, this is where I relax. All that other during the day happens in a different room.
Because like I would wake up and like I had a little couch, but I was like, this bed is way better than that couch. How much stuff did you have to throw away or like part with?
I threw a lot of stuff away. I would say like at least 20 full like garbage bags of just like tchotchkes. And I will say this.
Was it hard?
No, I'm great at throwing things away. I just need someone to be like, you don't need this. And I'm like, you're right, throw it out. When I was living in my studio, like toward the end, I really felt myself like slipping into a depression. Like I just like couldn't do anything. Like I couldn't get up and like make outfit videos because I didn't have any room. I didn't like know where all my clothes were, and I was just like frustrated
and overwhelmed.
And I didn't like realize it until I got into my new apartment. And it's crazy that your space really does have like an effect on your mental health.
Oh my God. So many great mental health moments today.
Yeah. So Imagine It Done is organizing, and they're also therapists.
Imagine It Done. Amazing.
Yeah,
follow them
really
on Instagram. Good. Inquire for your own home happiness. Unsponsored. We've been like touching on front page news, but do you want to finish it?
Yeah. Okay, so we talked about Britney is going to court. Her dad said that she had like dementia. We talked about Jennifer Lopez. And so basically, I guess he's been like seen out with Ben a lot. And he was getting out of like her white SUV. And he's been like spotted at her home.
Okay, hot take.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Is he single?
Yeah, he's single.
Okay, so I think that Ben has been in the shitter in terms of like the press. Like all they have is photos of him like with a cigarette and like Amazon boxes looking
and like a
disheveled.
Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Yeah.
And Jen not in the best place media wise, like A-Rod cheating on her with a reality person. No offense to us. Not great. I can imagine their teams being like, hey, if J-Lo, if Bennifer became a thing, people will lose their mind. Like people will forget about A-Rod. People will freak out. And I think it's mutual beneficial to both of them. If they fall in love again, great. I personally don't love exes getting back together. There's a reason it didn't work out and it'll happen again. However,
you hate exes getting back together.
I hate it. You did it.
it.
You done it. You live that life. There's so many fish in the sea. Don't go with the barnacle that you already.
I go back a lot. There's literally like 2 boyfriends that we never went back, and everyone else.
Do you
I'm
agree
like,
with me though? Like, do you think it's a publicity
over.
stunt?
I agree. I do.
Like Paige, if they didn't want to see, if they didn't want people to see them, they wouldn't do that.
Seen. I agree. I think it's a publicity stunt, and I think PR is one of the craziest professions, and no one talks about it enough because now the story has been manipulated and changed to, oh my God, they would be the perfect couple. They could be so in love. Mm-hmm. They're obviously not getting back together, I don't think, at all. Mm-hmm. And in a couple weeks, we're not even going to hear about Ben and Jen, but we're going to hear about Jen and how she's thriving and she's just like taking time for herself and she's like dating and she's seeing other people.
And a lot of guys want to be with her, but she's choosing not to.
And that's her new narrative. She's strong. She's independent. She's not some woman who got cheated on by A-Rod.
Who will literally cheat on anything.
Yeah, he obviously has like a sex problem. I feel like if you're a serial cheater, you should go to therapy with something deeper. You're like,
well, even not even like addicted to sex. You could just be addicted to like not being in a healthy relationship.
Yeah, you're addicted to like girls wanting you. Like, yeah, there's something going on with you. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Holidays on the house at DraftKings Casino. With the season's offerings, you'll unwrap everything you wished for, from table games and jackpots to a slot at the top of everyone's list. Jingle bells, power reels. DraftKings is offering a warm welcome to new players with $100 instantly in casino credits with just a $10 wager. Plus, everyone can get in on the action with a holiday reward every week. So sign up with code GIGGLY because the holiday cheer is here, only on DraftKings Casino. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 plus. Physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Opt-in required. Casino credits are non-withdrawable and expire in 168 hours. Terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos. You've heard us talk about Rhoback before, but it's obvious that we love all of their stuff. Their new Clarity half zip hoodie and jogger set is perfect to do everything in: travel, lounge on the couch, run errands. It's an effortlessly versatile matching set that you've all been searching for. This holiday season, you can elevate yours and your loved one's wardrobe with winter essentials from Rhoback. Their Riviana fleece pullover is the perfect cropped pullover, has kind of a looser fit, but perfect, cozy, and chic. Whether you need gifts this holiday season or you need warm layers for yourself, you can use code GIGGLY for 20% off your first purchase through the end of the week. That's 20% off hoodies, joggers, dresses, and more with code GIGGLY. It's almost that time of year where we're going to start thinking about our New Year's resolutions. And if one of yours is to crack down on your budget, then you need Rocket Money. Rocket Money's customized budgets help you better understand your finances and help you stay on track to meet your goals. They can track how many transactions you make each month, and you'd be shocked to learn that the average U.S. consumer makes about 70 payments per month. There's no way you can keep track of that all yourself. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that empowers you to save more, spend less, and take control of your financial life. With Rocket Money, you can see all of your checking, savings, credit cards, and investments in one convenient place, allowing you to understand your spending trends. And Rocket Money has over 5 million happy members and has saved its users over $1 billion across all of the app's features. Rocket Money will even negotiate lower bills for you, and sometimes by up to 20%. Saving money on a cell phone bill or cable bill and not having to deal with customer service, it's a dream come true. So let Rocket Money help you reach your financial goals faster. Get Rocket Money today at rocketmoney.com/giggly squad. That's rocketmoney.com/giggly squad. rocketmoney.com/giggly squad.
What makes a great pair of glasses? At Warby Parker, it's all the invisible extras without the extra cost. Their designer quality frames start at $95, including prescription lenses, plus scratch-resistant, smudge-resistant, and anti-reflective coatings, and UV protection. and free adjustments for life. To find your next pair of glasses, sunglasses, or contact lenses, or to find the Warby Parker store nearest you, head over to warbyparker.com. That's warbyparker.com.
Elon Musk is hosting SNL, which is kind of interesting. But a lot of the cast doesn't like him, and the creator of the show was like, I never make any of my cast like film with people they don't want to film with, which is like really nice.
Why don't they
some
like
of them
him?
like they think that he's like ruining our planet.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay, cool.
I'm loving the tension that it's gonna, because like comedy and tension is just woo.
But there was Michael, how do you say his last name? Michael, the guy that does the Weekend Update.
Oh, Michael Che.
Michael Che, who I think is hilarious. I've watched some of his
Michael
stand-ups.
Che came to my birthday party that I ripped my...
Shut up.
Yeah,
I was at
Jared.
that party.
Yeah, him and Jared
my
were
God.
there when I ripped the back of my dress.
I think he's so funny. And he was like, he was on Jimmy Fallon, and he was like, I just hope like Elon Musk upholds the SNL tradition that the host always gives a couple $1 million to the cast. And like, I hope he knows that. And like, I just thought that was funny. So he's like hosting it. Miley Cyrus is performing. Mm-hmm. So that's good. Also, remember when Lady Gaga got her dog stolen? She gave like a $500,000 reward, and like some random woman found it and was like, oh, I found the dog's like tied to a pole. And so her dad came out and was like, I never believed that. And it was actually like 5 people that ended up getting arrested. They just wanted like the reward money. Also, $500,000 to get your dogs back. I'm sorry. But
wait,
that
so she paid a girl? And was that girl connected with the people who stole the dog?
Yeah.
Wow. Did she get her money back?
I have no idea.
These are important.
Probably
what's
not.
going on with Chloe and Tristan? You wrote that in the notes.
Oh, yeah. Where is that article? Whatever. I'm just going to go off muscle memory with this one.
Okay, athlete.
So basically this girl went on a podcast and she was like, yeah, like I've had sex with Tristan, and like most recently he's like texted me. When that podcast came out, people freaked out. The girl's gorgeous though, gorgeous. And she was just kind of saying like, look, we had a relationship. I had no idea he was in a relationship, but like Tristan's still out here cheating. And anyone who thought otherwise, that he wasn't, is stupid. So it's kind of like, I feel like the media didn't even really make it that big of a thing, because it's like, yeah, obviously he's still cheating.
And how is Kris Jenner handling this in the PR world? They're just trying to pretend it didn't happen.
I think so. They're good at that though. Like they're good at like squashing stories.
But then they like will create something big off of like Chloe taking a photo down, so people are distracted. He was probably cheating on her at that moment, and they were like, yeah, let's get a photo drama.
You know what else people aren't talking about? The last season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, when like Kim and Chloe were so mad at Kourtney because she didn't want to like do the show anymore, which I totally get. They've been doing it for 20 years. Mm-hmm. Kourtney had to always talk about her and Scott, like, and had like some really crazy moments in their relationship and like her personal life. And she gave a lot in like the first couple seasons of the show. Like she put it all out there. She got pregnant by him. They were not even together. They showed that the birth of their kid, she had 2 more kids with him. Like they just showed so much of her life. And the second something goes awry with Kim and Kanye, she won't film. She won't film.
Oh.
And they were screaming at her like, you don't do your job, you don't work. And she's like, I have done this show with you guys. I don't want to do it anymore. I put my dues in. Now when it's time for Kim to put hers in of like her relationship, we don't see it.
Oh my God. You nailed it, because now I remember. I don't watch the Kardashians, so I can't speak on it that much, but someone sent me a scathing...
I will say this though, to preface before you go. I love the Kardashians.
Yes.
If you don't love them, whatever.
I got a scathing review just about like supporting Kourtney, that Kourtney put all that Scott stuff so in the forefront of like torture and like having Scott be like part of the cast, even though he's hurt you so much and all this stuff. She put it all out there.
Even now.
And it's so hypocritical that Kim is like, oh, I can't film now.
Yeah, I think it's kind of wild. I mean, Chloe did like they filmed like the Tristan stuff, but
yeah,
it's just like the shots on the show are like Kim out in the backyard, like on the phone, and it's just them being like, she doesn't want to talk about it. And I'm like,
but yeah, obviously, like, we love
know.
the entertainment. It's hard to be like, we want your divorce details. But I just think, like, let's acknowledge Courtney. They bully her. Like, they're like,
right. And I'm not saying like Kim should show it. Like, that's probably so tough. I mean, there's things like on TV that I'm like, I'm not
power
fucking
dynamic
talking about
struggle
that.
where Kim's like, I made you guys, and they're like, yeah, and we've like done the best we can.
Yeah. I just want to acknowledge just how premium Courtney really is.
I also want to acknowledge how premium Chloe really is. And it, like, I don't know the details of the relationship, but, like, I just hope she knows she deserves the best.
I know. It's so, oh my God. I don't think I would. I haven't had to deal with a cheating boyfriend in like years. So I really don't know how I would, especially because like as you get older, obviously you change so much. But like, I don't think I would ever be able to put up with it now. Like at 24 and 25, I was like, yeah, whatever. I'm not even marrying you.
But then, like, when kids are involved and stuff, it gets tough.
Yeah, like I could never do it now,
and
ever.
And also when the whole world knows about it. Oof.
No.
But also, obviously, Kim brought so much to the show, but it just, nothing lasts forever.
No, it really doesn't.
But we want to thank everyone for the See You in Court merch drop.
Oh my God, you guys loved it.
We love that you loved it. We were going to have to see you in court if you didn't like it, but you did. Yeah. So we won't see you in court.
Someone was like, it seems like you're saying it in a really nice way. And like, we wanted it bold and dark. And I was like, no, like, see you in court is like, okay, well,
we
difference
wanted it
of
like
opinion.
sexy, subtle,
see you in court.
but firm.
See you in court.
Sexy, subtle, and firm. Like,
you know what I get excited for too, Hannah?
What?
Like, what our next saying will be? Because like, we don't know.
We don't know.
You know, like one day we'll just say something and we'll both look at each other and be like,
it hit.
Yes. It hit.
We can't control
I can't wait to see what it is.
People are like, when's your next merch drop? We don't know. Could be years.
We don't know because we have to have a thing. And that's organic.
And when you force it, just like poops and relationships, it would hurt.
You get.
Thank you for giggling with us today, guys. We love you so much. And yeah.
Bye.